Hi there, I'm Tracy, and this is the 3-Wick Thesis Candle channel. I have an episode of my Wick-End Deals series for you today, and let me tell you, there is a lot of really cool stuff happening at Bath & Body Works this weekend. Also, happy spring, which means that Easter was released today at Kringle, so we'll be exploring those new fragrances as well as some of the re-releases from last year. There's some interesting stuff happening over at Goose Creek that I want to share with you. And then Yankee, take it or leave it, but we're going to talk about it today. Not the best sales, but if you're into wax melts, it might be your thing. So let's go ahead and start with Bath & Body Works. Before we begin talking about the sales that are happening today and tomorrow, I want to just back up to Sunday the 16th. They did do a sort of like redesign or remove of their sales floor. The princess stuff is really dwindling. So they brought out their new White Barn neutral labels. I did stop by the store yesterday on my way home, and as you all know, I cannot enter a Bath & Body Works without spending money. So I did end up picking up one of their new White Barn labels. This is only because I have been on a no-buy of their White Barn neutrals for, it's probably been about a month since I've bought one of their White Barn neutral labels, because I'm tired of the way that they dud out in soot. There's just general performance issues with those jars. But I did pick up a new one, the lavender bergamot, when I was in the store yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and post the video there of the jars. They're really pretty. They're still kind of the classic glass, but I feel like they're a shiny label instead of the really matte finish that I think was like painted on with the previous jars. And then the lids are all color matched with the jar. And there's some new scents for spring that got released, like the kitchen lemon. I am going to do a lighting the way video on this one. It will be a little bit different because I'm going to charge through this thing. Basically, for research purposes, I want to burn this consistently over the next few days with a rotation of burn, put out, let it solidify, relight it, put it out, let it re-solidify. So I'm not letting it rip because that won't necessarily prove anything about the quality. It will literally ruin the candle. But do normal practices for this burn and get at least halfway down so that I can test how this jar does as it gets to the end, to help all of us decide whether or not these new jars are an improvement over the previous neutrals line. So I will be reviewing this one more fully, not going to say much more about it now other than that I really like the scent. It's beautiful and I'm excited about the potential for this being a good purchase. So that was the reset that happened on Sunday. The other thing you might see is Book Loft came out in a Single-Wick. I'm going to be picking up one of those on my Saturday haul this weekend. The other thing that happened recently was yesterday there were pop-up coupons again for 15% off. And because I love y'all so much and I know that you all struggle with getting the pop-ups to work, I did spend some time last night while watching Survivor just going into incognito mode and clicking on things. It was taking 4 products to click on before it popped up, and I was just hoarding coupon codes. So I'm going to post 5 codes right here for y'all. If you use one, please just say I use the first one, or I use the second one, or I use the third one, whatever one you use, and put that in the comments below. It's not required, but it's just really awesome if you could do that so that others who are watching my video don't spend the time typing in that code only to find out it's already been used. So hopefully that goes to good use for y'all. Wanted to share some of those. I will be popping into the subreddit for Bath & Body Works and posting more coupons there. I think I posted 3 yesterday that got snagged up pretty quick. So I will be spreading that love to the candle community in the coming days. So in terms of sales that are happening right now, we have a very limited small 3-wick candle sale for $14.95. It started today. It will be ending technically on the 22nd, which is Saturday morning at 5:59 a.m. Eastern time. So think of this as ending really Friday night before you go to bed, unless you plan on getting up super early Saturday morning, which that is not me. That is not my plan. I probably will snag what I want today or tomorrow and do a BOPIS for pickup on Saturday. But honestly, I'm not really jonesing for any of the current 3 wicks, so I might just be focusing more on my outlet haul this weekend. I don't know if I want any of the... Maybe I'll pick up that apple one. Y'all are convincing me that that spring apple is one that I need, so maybe I'll toss that in my cart and have that as a BOPIS. So the $14.95 sale is going on, and that does include all of the candles, I think, that are under $32.95. Let me confirm that for y'all before I make that statement. Okay, yeah, I just checked the app, and it's for 3 wick candles that are $32.95 or under, so that Easter globe candle would still not be included in this, but the Easter basket candy one would. And then I did want to take you over to the website and show you that the new neutrals line is included in the sale. So if I go under sale candles and then I end up filtering, so just do this little down arrow over here and select new arrivals, you'll see that the new neutral lines are posted. There's the lavender bergamot that I picked up, and then all of the other new fragrances that were re-released. You also see that they're the colors that they're available in. Some of them are really pretty. So Sunny Coconut came back out. I think most of these, Kitchen Lemon came out. I can't remember if Cactus Blossom was already on the shelf. So most of these are just literal relabels of the ones that were already out or probably are still in stores. Those are a part of the sale. And then your Single-Wicks are not that great. Those are going 2 for $20. Again, if I am in store and see the Book Loft, I'll probably use a reward and snag that because I love Book Loft and I really need that as a bathroom candle. But otherwise, not much happening in terms of Single-Wicks. The other thing that I'll mention on Bath & Body Works, and this is kind of my last point with their sales, is that Tess from Inside the Page, I'll link her blog below here, has announced that there's a sale coming up that's going to start, I want to say, does it start Saturday? 22nd and 23rd. Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday. And Bath & Body Works is doing a big % off the entire store sale. Last year it was 40%. Apparently we don't know yet exactly what the percentage is going to be. It's not that great of a sale for things like candles. It's not horrible. So if you were to get a 3 wick that's normally $26.95, let's say that we put that at 40% off, that would bring the price down to $16. So yeah, not that great of a sale on candles. However, it is a really good time to take advantage of buying products that don't frequently go on sale. So like candle holders, for example, especially if they're ones that are priced out and aren't reward eligible. Wallflower plugs are a really good thing to buy if you're into wallflowers. Pretty much focus on the stuff that doesn't normally go on sale, and that's where this whole store discount really can come in handy and save you some money. Okay, so I think that's everything that's happening at Bath & Body Works. Let's go over to Goose Creek because there's some fun stuff happening over there. So they are still doing their 5 for $55. This has been going now for over a week. And it does say still that that excludes luxury and licensed candles. I did confirm this morning that the licensed candles are not glitching out. Those are not included. They're $12.49, so it's not a horrible price, but they're not marking those down when you put them in the cart. However, if you go into the new luxury line series and put 5 of those in your cart, those are still showing up 5 for $55. So they still have not fixed that glitch. And I'll just walk you through that real quick. So let's say I decide I want Sunday and I really love it, which wasn't necessarily the case for me. I add all 5 of those to the cart and you'll see it's still coming up as 5 for $55. So good news is the luxury candles are still glitching and are included in the 5 for $55. Less good news is that the licensed candles aren't glitching and that this sale is scheduled to end this evening. Again, they keep extending it, so who knows, they might come out with a new sale or keep this one going. The other thing, which is just really weird to me, is if you go into candles and you just go to they're all 3 wicks. That's the best way I have to go into it. And then you scroll over here and you click this sale link. There are some rando candles that showed up this morning. Things that I haven't seen for a while. So this caramel spice frosting has disappeared for a while. There's the stroopwafel. Let's see if that's still in here. It may have sold out. You have to dig for this stuff too. I feel like it's not super obvious. Yeah, there's the stroopwafel. I recommend this one if you like caramel fragrances that aren't too strong. It's delicious. We got like random Christmas stuff re-releasing. This was the mint cookie cone candle that came out this past December. So somehow that's in here. There's a couple of the Rudolph candles. Yeah, I don't know where these came from. Like, was there a corner of the warehouse that they randomly discovered? By the way, I do not recommend this Ready Rudolph. This is one of those fake chocolate ones that I just can't get past. It had so much potential and I love the label, but ugh, stay away from that one. So you kind of have to dig through and keep looking. There's just random sale ones. There was yesterday, there was a Care Bear one. I don't know, maybe that's disappeared again. But I was like, how is there a Care Bear candle left? It was the citrus one. It's like citrus and buttercream. I forget what the other scent notes were. I was excited to see that, but y'all, it looks like maybe it sold out because now I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, there's a Christmas brownie one. I don't remember that being in there. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe they're gearing up for another one of their big warehouse sales. They had that like 60% off warehouse sale back in October. I'm trying to figure out like the timing of when their big spring sale will be. Maybe they're gearing up for that already. It feels a little bit early to me. I was expecting that to come like post-Easter, when I imagine a lot of their spring and Easter candles will be going on sale. But it is interesting that there's just like these random Christmas clearance candles with a few other random clearance candles popping back into the sales tab. But exciting nonetheless. That makes me happy. I probably will snag that cookie mint one. And I don't know, I don't need a backup of the stroopwafel, but I really like it. So I'm going to ponder it. I haven't decided yet. Okay, so that's Goose Creek. Let's head over to Yankee. Yankee is having a 5 for $25 sale. And the good news is this does include a lot of their fragrances. Room sprays, their wallflower equivalent refills, I think scent plugs, wax melts, their studio candles, which I think are supposed to be more like designer, like high-end modern type jars, and then their small tumbler candles. If you want to shop those items, you can just hit that shop now button. It's going to list everything under the sun that's a part of that sale. So I recommend using the filter feature to find what you want. So for example, I'm probably of this list really only interested in the small tumbler candles, but even then I probably wouldn't buy any of those. I'm going to hit apply, and then it's only going to show me the small tumblers that are part of the 5 for $25. Now these are good for small spaces, but honestly, I think even for 5 for $25, they're overpriced. So I probably will pass on this sale. If you're looking for their large jar items, they do have some of those on sale. Let's just go into this new Sun and Games. But those are a buy one, get one 50% off, which is not that great of a deal. So this sale goes through the end of the day on Sunday. And then just to note, the 5 for $25 sale does have a limit of 20 items. So you cannot go too crazy with your purchases and the stuff you're adding to your cart. So Yankee, hit or miss. I'm not intrigued. I'm not impressed. I'm really focused more on those interesting clearance candles in Goose Creek's sale. And I'm super excited about the Easter release over at Kringle. So Kringle does have a couple of candles that are on sale for 40% off. That's part of their spring fling sale to celebrate the spring equinox. I did snag a couple of these just because one I'd been thinking about for a while, and then the other one just sounded intriguing. So it's not all their fragrances, it's just specific ones, and then it's going to be in the 3-wick format or in this medium 2-wick format. And you're getting a mix of both Kringle and country candles. I ended up picking up this 2-wick country blue raspberry, which I have not tried before, but the scent notes sound amazing. I cannot wait to smell this. This one has lots of citrus, which I probably won't be able to smell. Strawberry, raspberries, sugar blueberries. I'm a sucker for anything blueberry. It's got that really sugary cotton candy note, and then they're going to kind of ground that in crystal woods and candied musk. So I did order this one. And then the other one I picked up was coral. I know Summer over at Fragrance Junkie had mentioned that one to me, and I had been eyeing it for a while, so I ended up just snagging it. Like, I'm not going to camp on this sale. It's not the best sale. I would love to see this 3-wick, for example, go 6 for $60 again and make it $10. So I'm waiting, but for now, I did pick up the 2-wick of the glass jar because I really like the cleanness of the burn on the large glass jars that I'm using recently. So I'm going to give this one a try, and I'll include this in the haul video when this stuff gets here. Also, y'all, I was supposed to get my haul yesterday from FedEx from Kringle. And you know when like you get the notification, mine shows up in my Gmail and it's like, oh, your Kringle order is arriving today. And you just anticipate the FedEx guy showing up. Well, I was administering a midterm exam in class and my Nest camera alert went off that FedEx was at the front door. And I was like, yes, I'll have candles when I get home. And then I got home and my husband's like, what candles? I'm like, we got a FedEx delivery. Where are my Kringles? And I don't know. It was something he ordered. And then it was pretty cool. He got his dissertation delivered yesterday because he defended in December. So his actual book arrived, which it's a good substitute, but it's not Kringle candles, okay? Like, it just isn't. I don't want to burn that and it's not going to smell good. So it was cool that he got his dissertation in the mail from FedEx, but the Kringle candles didn't show up. So I did check just to make sure, like, did they get delivered to the wrong house? What's happening? And it still said arriving today, but then it was like 3 hours from where I live and it didn't say out for delivery. I looked this morning and now it's saying it's out today. FedEx still hasn't been here, so who knows? But I promise once I get that, I will do a haul video. It didn't show up. So I apologize for the delay on that. It is coming as soon as it arrives. Hopefully today. And then in that case, the video will be posted tomorrow. Otherwise, if it comes tomorrow, I probably won't post it until Sunday. So just tune in, be aware, it is on the horizon. So this will be a separate haul, obviously, but did order some more. I also ordered some of their Easter candles, which let me show you. That is down here. Now, these just released today at noon Eastern time. So I set my alarm. It went off at 8:55. I think I was in the middle of making an espresso and was like, okay, pause. Like, I need to get on the website. And I did already place my order along with those 2 spring sale candles. Their jars are just so pretty this year. I know they did the speckled egg last year and they're doing it again this year. So you get this, like, it looks like one of those speckled Easter egg candies. They don't take a picture of the back, but there are plenty of ambassadors on YouTube who have done thorough reviews of these candles. So I recommend just doing a search and you'll find somebody. They'll also probably have a discount code for you. So I used one of their discount codes. It gave me 15% off my Easter haul. So I do recommend hunting down an ambassador on YouTube or Instagram and finding a code. I am not an ambassador. I don't get anything for free or discounted. I don't make money off of making this video. So I have to use ambassador codes. I use somebody else's. But I did snag this carrot cake because the word on the street is that the frosting note is much stronger this year than last year. So I want to give that a try and compare it to my Bath & Body Works carrot cake and Goose Creek's carrot cake, which I feel like comes really close to what I want, but I still want more cream cheese frosting. So I'm hoping this one will scratch that itch. We'll see. And without the code, these are $34. So, find a code. It's worth it. I think it helps reduce the cost. And last year, from what I'm hearing, these sold out pretty quick. So I'm not going to wait. I already placed my order because I want to make sure I get the ones that I want. I also ordered this chocolate eggs one because I love the pink jar, but also I've heard it smells legitimately like chocolate eggs and not like chocolate coins. They've got this Easter brunch one, which sounds like it's going to be a lot like the almond croissant from Bath and Body Works. It has very similar scent notes. So I did pass on this one. Sweet almond, butter vanilla, and cream vanilla. I just don't need another like breakfast gourmand or like pastry gourmand. And then let's see, let's get into the actual page here. Well, then we have more options. And then they have the Jelly Bean Jubilee, and this one is, I think this one's actually a new fragrance. I can't confirm that. Someone said licorice, and I was like, yes. Only they framed it as like, you might not like this candle because it has a licorice accord, but to me, that excites me. So this one's got some citrus, some cherry blueberry, some vanilla, which I assume is going to add that like jelly bean sweetness with licorice. So give me the black jelly beans. I love them. Although, where are they in the picture? I need them. So there's that one, which I ordered. And then I know this one is a new fragrance. This one is the lemon sugar marshmallow. It looks like Peeps on the front, but apparently they didn't get the licensing for it. So it's like a ripoff Peeps. And oh, this is going to be delicious. I cannot wait for this one. Pastry, lemon, sweet lemon zest, and vanilla sugar. Yum. So snagged that one. And then they've got some 3 Wicks. I was on the fence about this berry citrus, but honestly just feel like I don't need more orange, woodsy, floral stuff. I might change my mind if 3 Wicks go on sale. This has got the red berries, orange, rose, jasmine, freesia, geranium. So lots of floral in there with some musk, sandalwood, patchouli, and amber to ground it out. And then bunnies and flowers. Also was a little bit tempted by this one because I'm loving my greens candle right now. So green foliage, vetiver, floral, moss, and wood on that one. And then sweet as can be. And this one felt a lot like the lemon marshmallow one. So I just went with the lemon marshmallow one because I liked the jar better. This one's lemon pastry, butter lemon, and vanilla sugar. I think it might actually be the same scent notes. So anyway, that's the new Easter line. I do recommend, given what I heard from last year's experience, that if you think you might want these, snag them because they might sell out. And I thought there was a floral one. Did that one already sell out, y'all? It says there's 9, but only 8 are showing. That's really strange. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This morning there was also, there was a florals one. I'll put a picture of it over here just because it's not on the website, but keep checking because it was there this morning when I first started shopping, although it may have sold out already. It was a returning fragrance. I'm wondering if they had a limited supply. Okay, let's see. Is that it? Is that everything? Yeah, that's it. That's our sales this weekend, y'all. So for me, I already took advantage of Kringle. I'll probably put in a small Goose Creek order to kind of take advantage of some of those Christmas lingering weirdos that are in the sale link. Probably going to do a BOPUS for maybe that spring apple candle over at Bath and Body Works, but mostly going to focus on my outlet store this weekend and maybe try to haul the Bluebird at 40% off. But I would love to know if any of these sales excite you. Are you going to be taking advantage of any of this stuff? Or are you going to wait? Are you going to save up? Because there are sure to be more sales in the near future, especially as spring starts to clear out and we're going to start getting summer merchandise soon. All right, y'all. If you appreciate this video, please give me a thumbs up. It always makes me feel super happy and excited to see that positive feedback. Feel free to dialogue with me in the comment section below. I love chatting with y'all. Y'all have amazing ideas and you inspire me to buy new stuff. Or maybe you enable me. Either way, I'm here for it and really enjoy it. If you're not already subscribed and you want to see more of my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you aren't already getting notifications, be sure to turn those on by clicking that bell so you know when my new content is released. On the horizon, I do have another Scent to Table video coming out. It's currently in the editing process and I'm focusing on the iced lemon pound cake by Bath and Body Works. I also have that Kringle haul on the horizon. And I still have the Goose Creek strawberry shortcake line on the horizon. So be sure to tune in. Lots of good stuff on the way, and I cannot wait to share all that stuff with you all. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care.